Good evening. This is Stealth Community coming in with breaking news. News is we have to believe in ourselves. The day in the news in Bradenton, Florida, a young lady had a 17-hour surgery where she grew an extremely large tumor. See if I can show you a picture here on the phone of it. And she came out pretty well from the surgery. And this is what I've been telling a lot of the people on the channel. We're running into a lot of diseases and things that are happening to our bodies from the food intake that we are taking in. Did some research today and found out that we're retaining every day, and you can't get away from it, especially if you're consuming water and stuff from plastic bottles. A credit card a day of plastic is consumed in your body. That's why I say we have to do things to better take care of ourselves and work on everything that we're putting into our bodies. I'm working on it very hard, and I'm encouraging my listeners to do the same thing. January 8th, company executives and consumer brokers and trade lawyers are bracing for source results. The viewers said that Marco Rubio is hailed for ultimate Florida man and Craig-worthy segment. And like I said, in this segment, he has criticized the CBS Evening News segment on Marco Rubio's interview. Taiwan, as F-16 fighter fleet has been grounded after an annoyingly saw a jet and its pilot disappear. Also, U.S. could run Venezuela for years, Trump says, and we will rebuild it in a very profitable way, he said, with an interview with the New York Times. Ask you guys if you agree with that. Seems like a lot of countries that we go into, we spend an alarming amount of money rebuilding them, resetting them, redoing them. And we have bridges and roads and infrastructure that will knock your car out of line. And some of the cities we're in are terrible. But that's not just with the White House. That's with a lot of governors and a lot of mayors in these cities. People, it's alarming the amount of money that is being pocketed. I've learned a lot of things that a lot of people don't want America to succeed. And as the Bible speaks of the Bible being the root of all evil, it is definitely that. President Donald Trump has ordered the U.S. To withdraw from 66 international organizations, ending the funding to these organizations. Trump is targeting a lot of the blue states, which raises questions about political motives. A woman was jailed in Manatee County after $62,000 tax payment disappeared. People, a lot of things that we're doing with our taxes, we must remain vigilant with that and make sure we keep our receipts, because a lot of the laws are changing. And if you don't have some type of paper trail to follow, it can lead to a lot of problems for you. So I urge everyone to make sure that you get your receipts, keep them in a filing cabinet, keep them hid away, so that you're able to get your hands on them and actually protect yourself. DH has two people that was shot by Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon. Two people were wounded in a shooting involving Customs and Border Patrol agents in Portland. Christy Nome urges Americans to buy ICE agents lunch hours after the Minnesota shooting. People, there is things that are happening in the United States that we need to keep an eye on. We pray for everybody who's out there, those in government, to be safe. And it's happening on all ends, all countries. Seem like everywhere, everybody's right on the verge, as I told you before, of war within itself. An airline was quits after Trump's departure flight for furious backlash with the things that are going on in Venezuela. And we have to be very careful. We have a lot of different sales in America right now, as I told you before. And please be alert at things that you're doing. Try not to engage in things that can get you harm, actually get you killed. We are watching and seeing the works of people who are doing this. And don't think you have the right, I don't care what issues the Democrats are pushing on you, to think that you have the right to go out there, which ICE is a part of government. And they are moving away terrorist organizations, terrorist people who Harris and Biden led over here that were non-vetted. And they're taking away from your livelihood. And to think that you can run a car in front of them, block their way, people, please stay out of that. I wish bad on no one, but stay home. Let them handle their situation out there. A lot of noise is coming out over the internet, over the middle-aged white women who are pushing the issue of making sure that the government is held accountable. Ladies, you can't control that. Let the government do its job. And we have a lot of countries that are on edge. And we just got information back from Joe Scarby Getty, images from Avilo Air Commercial Airlines is pulling out of the deportation. Also, we need, he said, we need to attack with torpedoes and sink a couple of America's boats. Russia's lawmaker calls for the military. Alex Zaruview, image at Wiki, comments in a bold statement made at escalating tensions with the United States and Russia. 17 House Republicans vote with Democrats to extend the Obamacare subsidies for 3 years. The Senate earlier rejected a vote extension, but talks continued. And people, this does nothing for us as Americans. This is over $200 billion plus dollars that is going to big insurance conglomerates that don't need it. And as far as I'm concerned, they don't pay their debts anyway. We still have houses here, houses in California, where people had full coverage insurance and it didn't pay to put the house back up or give them what they had before. We got houses that when I was down in Florida that still have plastic covers over the roof. We still have houses here that have pools with green water in them because the foundation was cracked from the storm 3, 4, 5 years ago. And insurance companies said that they didn't cover it, or there was some small disqualification after you've been paying for years, never had a problem. But, if you pay 10, 20, 30 years on this policy because you're paying for your house through the bank, and now that something has happened, or we can't help you. So you're sitting there with a product that you can't use, but it's all a gimmick. They require that you have insurance. And when you call upon it, it's not there. And the Republicans, like I said, I believe in no one. Trust yourself. Look for your own information. Study things for yourself. Because Republicans as well as Democrats, they're rhinos in there. And the amount of money that is passed between people in Congress, a person is offering 100 million, 20 million, 10 million. All of a sudden you in there and you're only worth 100,000. The end of this year you're worth 30 million, or 10 million, or 15 million. They're looking out for their family people. They're not looking out for us. This is why I say in Congress there needs to be a term limit. I'd say 3 years at the most. It doesn't give them time to initiate and work a hell of a deal to swindle the American public. And this is terrible. Obama's getting rich off of it. Again, we're caught in the crossfire, paying a healthy bill that means nothing. And when Trump was trying to get the checks, which was a beautiful thing, distributed out to the people, and you pay your own insurance. The insurance companies would have lost billions of dollars. And somehow, some way, it is worth it to them to hand out $1 billion to get 200 plus $1 billion. So henceforth, I don't care what you say, Republicans as well as Democrats, the dirt's there. Albany, New York, a judge disqualified a Trump administration federal prosecutor on the source of press associated information. The Senate advances a war powers resolution to limit further Trump strikes on Venezuela. And like I said in the last podcast, this is a very hypocritical world. They put a $25 million bounty on Maduro, and then it went to a $50 million bond on him, and all of a sudden Trump gets the job done, and he's being prosecuted for that because of the Trump syndrome hate. Now they're saying Maduro's wife was injured and 100 dead in the U.S. attack in Venezuela, officials are saying. People, if you listen to the outside news, it is full of wonderful, wondrous ideas that work in their favor. None of this was mentioned before But here we go. And I believe none of it. That's why I said, do your due diligence to find out what's going on. Get yourself adapted to the situations that are around you. Don't be a fool. Don't fall for the anarchy, the subliminal mind treatment that these people are giving you. The Venezuela Interior Minister, this old Dedu Cabanello, said late on Wednesday that 100 sources have said for Trump to brace himself for potential third impeachment, and what's has been tried so far will be doubled down on. President Donald Trump is the only U.S. president to be impeached twice, and this could be, again, another impeachment, and he will be the third time that he will be impeached. They're working hard on trying to get this done, and even the own people in his own cabinet, which we thought he had gotten away from, are doing the same thing. People, the money is too big. It is way too big not to be rigged. And when you fighting them dollars, even in court and stuff, who's got the most money wins. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically what America's come to. You know, if you got that money, you can ride, honey. Russia is shadowing a fleet of oil tankers that were hit by drones in the Black Sea, and it shows where the billowing smoke's coming out of them. And I'm pretty sure Russia wants to know who's going to take claim for this. And with Trump withdrawing Maduro out of Venezuela, where Russia and China depends on the oil, things will be getting tight. What China is doing, they have BYD, which is a very big electric car company, and their sales have gone up. I have stocks in them. And they're moving farther ahead, selling more cars, trying to get out of the oil industry and not be codependent on another country. Washington, January 8th, rioters, the Trump administration's decision to withdraw the United States from the rioters is in high demand for what he's doing. The Trump administration also demands Venezuela to cut ties with U.S. adversaries to resume oil production. CNN says the Trump administration has outlined a number of demands that Venezuela must agree to in order to resume things. And we noticed that Trump said he will be running Venezuela for a while, which caused a big outburst within Venezuela. Berlin is in German President Frank Walter Steinmeier has strongly criticized the U.S. The Danish troops authorized to immediately counter U.S. invasion of Greenland if the United States decides to come there. Soldiers in Norway are standing ground to defend their country. And Trump said he's going to take Greenland because of the minerals. Energy experts say that China is diverging on the energy transition and trying to get into a step to where they can protect themselves. And China announces another new trade measure against Japan as tensions rise. Like I said, everywhere the world is at arms. People, this has been STEP Community. And go ahead and smash that like button. And let us bring you the information every day. Like I said, we aren't monetized yet. So some of it might come out just a little bit later, but we're laying it down as often and as quick as we can to get it to you. So please smash that like button, tell others about the channel, and as always, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.